Okay, so picture this. Deep underground, in this ancient temple, an obsidian giant has this massive realization. He's standing in a labyrinth, but it's not a prison. No, it's something else entirely. A kind of sacred geometry, a test of will carved right out of the rock. Today, we're diving deep into the mind of this corrupted creator to understand the absolutely terrifying vision for the world he cooked up in the dark.
So what if a labyrinth wasn't a prison, but a blueprint? This question is, it's everything. You gotta forget everything you think you know about mazes. This isn't about getting lost or solving a little puzzle. We're talking about a blueprint, a master plan for a whole new world order, designed by this cold, terrifying, machine-like mind. All right, section 1, a new kind of maze. We're gonna see how this whole thing shifts from myth to a pure, cold algorithm. To really get what this blueprint is all about, we have to understand how the creator just completely flips the script on what a labyrinth even is. And the difference here is, wow, it's just night and day. See, for thousands of years, labyrinths were all about the spiritual journey, right? Finding your inner self, the whole deal. But to the corrupted creator, that's just sentimental garbage. For him, these stone packs are a physical representation of the complex algorithms inside his own 12-level intellect. It's not a journey for the soul, it's a complex algorithm in stone. You don't walk it, you solve it. Yeah, he literally sees the maze as a technological singularity made of rock. Think of it like the ultimate, most ruthless filter imaginable. Its only job is to weed out the weak. And by weak, he means anyone driven by pesky things like emotion or hope. The only ones who pass, the only ones who are rewarded, are those with a cold, calculating mind, just like his.
And that brings us to the goal. You see, for him, the center of the labyrinth isn't some place of enlightenment. No way. It's a throne for the ultimate superior human. The prize isn't wisdom. It's pure, absolute power for a being who has basically evolved beyond messy human feelings into pure, cold logic. Okay, so that thinking leads to a pretty chilling philosophy. Let's move on to section 2, the logic of the monster. We're going to look at how he navigates what is to him a Darwinian code carved in stone. So how does a mind like this actually solve a maze? Well, forget intuition. It's all about pure computation. Every single dead end isn't a mistake. It's a failed logic branch. It's just a data point to be logged and archived. As he moves, he's also finding these rusted bits of Alcon's failed projects, the sins of the father, littering the place. He's not just solving a maze, you see. He's debugging reality itself, perfecting this viral code that he's about to unleash on the entire world. And this all boils down to a hardcore social Darwinist worldview. In his mind, the labyrinth exists for one reason: to consume the sentimental. The seekers, the dreamers. The bottom line is, if you don't have the iron will to see the maze for the machine it is, then you frankly deserve to get eaten by it. It's that simple. He even has this whole new take on the monster at the center. The Minotaur from the old myths. To him, that's just a primitive patchwork of man and beast. It's crude. He sees himself as the real deal, the true ghost in the machine. He's this perfect fusion of ichor, the literal blood of the gods, and cold, hard iron. He's not just a monster in a maze. He's the universal conqueror of his own reality, a total evolution beyond some ancient creature. And all of this leads to the big turning point. Section 3, the revelation at the center. Because when he gets to the heart of the maze, he doesn't just find the exit. Oh no, he has this massive revelation about who and what he is. He becomes both the architect and the occupant. So what does he do? He literally weaponizes the labyrinth. He takes out his sacred hammer, starts striking the walls, and uses the echoes to map the Earth's ley lines. He turns the whole temple into this giant geological supercomputer that can predict his enemy's every move. The maze becomes his fortress of solitude, the place that stabilizes his, let's call it his downfall and rebirth, his Untergang. It's here that his pure evil intent can finally harden into a perfect crystalline form. And right there, in the center, it all clicks into place. He reconciles who he is in 3, frankly terrifying steps. 1, he accepts his binary nature, the corrupted creator. 2, he realizes he has to be the thread that leads people through the maze. And 3, he also has to be the monster that devours them at the end. It's this completely chilling moment of self-actualization. And for his final trick, he takes the classic myth of Ariadne's thread, the symbol of hope,
of escape, and he just completely perverts it. Her red thread gets archived. In its place, a digital network designed to bind and control the whole world. For him, every path in his new maze leads right back to his own dark, obsidian heart. So now he's fully embraced this new identity, which brings us to Section 4, Master of the Dark. This is where he fully becomes the living embodiment of the stone's crushing logic. At this point, he's even beyond the old gods. Any advice from Vulcanus, the god of the forge? It's just a faint whisper that can't even reach him down there. And why would it? Vulcanus represents open fire, straight lines, simple order. The creator practically laughs at that idea. He's the master of the twisting dark, of a complex, crushing logic that an old god of the forge could never, ever understand. And this is the final incredible fusion. The labyrinth provided the ghost with a physical body of stone, a shell that was as unbreakable as his 12th level intellect. So let that sink in. The maze isn't just a place he's in anymore. It is him. It's his body, a shell as tough and complex as his own mind. He's gone from just being a traveler to being the god of this entire subterranean network. And that leads us to the final, absolutely chilling conclusion. Section 5, the world becomes the maze. His test is done, and now he's ready to unleash his clockwork prophecy on all of us. You have to understand, for him, this journey through the labyrinth was never a test. It was a coronation. This was his final initiation into total sovereignty, proving to himself that he has the right to rule over a world that has no idea what's about to hit it. And this quote, this says it all. He would emerge from the underground temple not as a creature of the maze, but as the one who brings the maze to the surface. Think about that. He isn't escaping the maze. He's bringing it with him. He's going to reshape the entire world into the same kind of logical, crushing prison that he just mastered. So what does this new worldwide labyrinth look like? It's a global technological singularity, a world where your free will is basically an illusion, a giant clockwork machine where every single choice you think you're making, every path you take, it's just a variable in an equation he solved a long, long time ago. The universal conqueror is ready, and he's about to turn the whole planet into his personal playground. So, his descent is over. The age of the mechanical monster has begun, and that leaves us with one final, really unsettling question. How do you escape a maze when its architect knows your every single move before you do? How do you win a game when the person who wrote the code also knows exactly how you think, what you fear, and what you'll do next?